So I'm going to be sure I got everything turned on here. Let's try it at f16. I'm going to be at f5.6. I'm going to be at 800 ISO. And I'm just going to do a quick photograph and kind of see how the first one comes out. And we are going to be shooting into the computers here. So let me quickly get this fired back up. I'll tell you, if you're shooting tethered, these little right angle cables are the way to go here. It just comes out, it's easy, and what I love about it too, when you're shooting, you can actually hold it into the camera too. Dave's getting a great shot of that, so you can see right there. You know, the other ones are at about 2 inches. I'm always afraid they're going to break off. So anyway, love it shooting tethered this way. I don't shoot tethered at a wedding, by the way, but anyway, here we go. So turn just a little bit, perfect. And I'm going to shoot this kind of wide, and here we go. Click, let's see what we got. Don, I'm looking like I'm a little hot, so just back up just a fraction, just a bit. Doesn't have to be much. And here we go again. And turn your head just a little bit more, Brandy, perfect. A little bit, tilt your head just a bit. Turn your nose just a teeny bit more. Beautiful, beautiful. All righty, how about one nose smile? Just easy expression. Chin down a little bit more. And there's that modified full face view. Let me go close for you, right there, right there. And now let me come back for our shot. I'm going to position her in about, I'm going to call it quadrant, I'm going to call it quadrant 3 and 4. We'll get into that some other time here, but I think what we're getting here, look at those nice lines leading right into our bride right here. Pretty cool shot. You might be saying, you might be wondering, well, David, what about the contrast? Is there anything you can do about the contrast? Well, sometimes I will fire up my on-camera flash and I will just turn it on and I will dial it down, maybe about -2 stops, just to punch just a little bit of light into the shadow side of my bride. Let's do it one more time here. Turn your head just a teeny bit more, Brandy, okay? And I'm going to say to Don, Don, check your light again. Now here's how we do it. Back, nope, don't do that. Just lift it up. And now see, you're still in line with the light. That's so key. Sometimes I love it when an assistant, they'll go ahead and they'll like look around the light this way. Well, when you look around the light, you're not getting the same direction of the light. So I always tell my helpers, my assistants, just to lift up and then drop back down. The light drops down, so it's just slightly above eye level, just slightly above eye level. So here we go, we're filling the shadows just a bit. Just turn your head a teeny bit more. No smile again. Perfect. Chin down even more. Beautiful. And Don, need to back up just a fraction more, just a fraction. Right there, good. But now when you look at it, we got our lighting looking good, and we also got a much softer contrast on the scene too. Pretty photograph. One little caveat here, if you're going to use your on-camera flash as a fill light, remember I said this in the earlier section, you got a very small light source right here, and this little small light source, I got this down here, but I read it off the thing anyway, we're fine. But this small light source can introduce specularity into the shadows, so be careful about that. You know, it's a high ceiling here, but you know what? I might even fill by using my on-camera flash and then bouncing off the ceiling, if that ceiling's low enough to be able to do that. So anyway, that's kind of what we're trying to show right here. So let me do just one more quick one right here. You know, everybody, I said before that the profile is the one that kind of seems falling through the cracks these days. Why don't we see if we can get a really pretty profile of Brandy. Brandy, you know what? Stay just like that. That's perfect. But just turn your head this way a little bit more. Just looking kind of over there at our pocket wizard sign right there. A little bit more. There we go. Good, 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 good. You know, folks, I'm talking about a lot of gear and the gear I use and everything, but there is so much good stuff for all of us out there. We all have our preferences. There is no excuse for any guy or girl watching this program today to not be able to find something that you can use in your camera bag, your gear bag, to really get a nice shot. So anyway, let me go ahead. I'm going to do this. And Dave, why don't you come in just a second here? Because I talked earlier on about the veil coming out from the profile. Not a good thing, you know, because what happens is it just bisects the face. So I'm going to pull the veil back just like that. Also, you don't want to have the hair extending under the chin. I call that the Billy Goat effect. The bride is not going to like that picture of her because we're literally photographing a three-dimensional person. It turns out to be a two-dimensional space, so we want to flatter her all the time. So I'm pulling that out just a bit. Let me come back and see how this is setting up from camera position. You're good? And I got a little bit of the veil. I'm not going to fuss with this too much because of our demo, but I continue to just pull it here. And I'm just going to really accentuate pulling it back. And it's good right there. Okay, back to camera position. And okay, now what do we need to do? Don needs to get back in the proper position to light this. So what's he going to do? He's going to rotate around Brandy to the far side of the nose, just disappears right here. And then I can see plenty of the far side of the cheek. I am good to go. So Don, you're going to be right about here, and you'll be kind of close. What power setting are you on right now?
16.
You might go to 32 because I got you kind of close here. Okay. All right, so I think that's looking pretty good. Drop the chin down just a teeny bit here. And I'm going to turn off the on-camera flash, and let's see what we get right here. Brandy, nose away from me just a fraction. Nope, the other way. Chin down a fraction. Elbow, right elbow out just a fraction. And I want our viewers to notice that from the shoulder to the elbow, we have that static vertical line. So Brandy, kick that shoulder out just a little bit more for me. No, 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 don't move. Your head and everything's in exactly the same spot. Right elbow away from your body just a bit, teeny bit more, right about there. Another thing I like to do too is I like to hide the hands from me, but you know what, I'm going to go close on this, so don't worry about that too much. Here we go right here. I'm zooming in, just grabbing the top of the flowers. And also another thing that's important, I'm going to come in close here. David, going real close to her eyes. This is important, and we'll have this wrapped up here in just a second. But what we have here from camera position is we have way too much white of the eye. We got exactly half the face, but too much of the white of the eye. So when you're doing a profile view, what we really need to do is we really need to get exactly half the face, but we have to have the eyes lined up from camera position so they look good. So let's line it up one more time. I'm just going to check off what we need to cover here. I've got exactly one half of the face. Again, go watch Rick Farrow's tape. He'll tell you how to do great profiles. And we are in good shape right here. Perfect. And now, Brandy, eyes only to the left. Eyes only. Just an inch or two. Right about there. Oh, look straight ahead, kind of. Right there. Nose away from me. Right there. Perfect. 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 Eyes look beautiful. Give me a little smile. All right, great. Great, great, great. Again. Let's see how we're looking right here. Looks pretty nice. Pretty nice. And one more time. Now what's going on, though, is look, I've illuminated the camera side of the nose. Hey, Don, I want you to make this side of the nose disappear for me. Okay, now this is a mistake a lot of